to Happiness Wellness Talk, where together we will discover how to live well. Hi everyone, welcome to today's Happiness Wellness Talk. Today we will continue on the Meridian talk. Today's organ would be heart and small intestine. In the past, we talked about how summertime is related to the pair of heart and small intestine. Heart and small intestine, they are related to the fire element, which is related to the summertime. In the heart, it's related to the noontime, which is from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock noontime. And the small intestine meridian is related to the 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. When it comes to heart and small intestine, both of them are related to the water metabolism, but also qi metabolism. In Western medicine, when we talk about heart, we know that how heart is related to the pumping of our blood circulation, and it plays a critical work for life and death. And in Eastern medicine, when we talk about heart, I always explain to my patient that heart is the engine, it's the main engine, it's the most important organ. While every organ is very important, but we cannot miss out heart's position. And for heart, when it comes to its function according to Chinese medicine, the heart will regulate the blood and the qi. Blood, the nutrient, the qi, the energy. So when we want to take care of our heart, first of all, we want to make sure that we are not exhausting your heart energy, which means you don't want to overwork your heart. If you overwork your heart will be tired, depleted, and your engine will shut down. So for example, in the lifetime, when you do see a machine, when it's overheat, the automatic way to help protect the system is the machine will have this protective mechanism to shut down itself, to preserve the energy, so that the next time when you turn it on, when you are fully charged, it can start working again. So same thing to our heart. However, as a human, we only have one chance. We only have one heart, unless we are doing an organ transplant. Otherwise, you only have one chance to take care of your heart. That means you don't want to exhaust your heart at any time in your lifetime. Know when to stop is the most important thing for the heart. And also, when we come to the 12 o'clock of taking care of your body, we want to make sure that during the noontime we have enough sleep, enough rest to take care of your heart. Let's go into a short break and we'll come back to small intestine. The information shared on this podcast does not replace any medical advice from your doctor. Our goal is to inspire and share our personal stories on health and wellness. Welcome back to the second half of this podcast. Welcome back to the second half of the Happiness Wellness Talk. Continue on our heart and small intestine pair of meridian. Second half, now we're talking about small intestine. Small intestine, as we know in Western medicine, it's in charge of absorbing the water, absorbing the nutrients after the small stomach and spleen meridian. And in Chinese medicine, it's similar, but also it does not. It also mentioned that in the old literature, saying that it's in charge of absorbing abundance. So when it comes to abundance, which means not just the water, but also the nutrients, and small intestine meridians run through our shoulders, but also run through pass by our ear and eyes. So sometimes if there's a little bit tinnitus or eye dryness, soreness, or your cheek swollen, or shoulders joint dysfunction, like shoulder is very stiff, or tennis elbow, or even going down to the lymphatic system, they're all related to small intestine. So when it comes to small intestine, which is related to the afternoon 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, it is important that we do have time for our small intestine to metabolize, to digest what you ate for the noontime. A lot of time we know that the noontime we want to eat very nutritious, but at the same time we do need to have some time to rest according to this pair, heart and small intestine, because you prefer to rest in order for the body to continue to work for the afternoon. So it's very important that we call it to regulate your qi, regulate your breathing, and in conventional Western medicine we say it's a meditation or a calming time to really give yourself back into balance with your breath and your energy and your mind and spirit. So that is the best thing to do for the small intestine meridian during the noontime and the afternoon time. Prefer not to over-exercise yourself during this noontime and afternoon time. Coming up next is the emotion for heart and small intestine. Heart and small intestine, they are the 5-element, red color, energized element. So when it comes to the elements of the emotion, they prefer joyful, they prefer happiness, they prefer anything that makes you very happy. However, in Chinese medicine, when we talk about emotion, anything too much is not good, anything too little is not good. Which means when you're not joyful, when you're very sad, very depressed, it will hurt this pair of meridian. If you're too happy, you're too excited, all of a sudden you got a big surprise, it will interrupt your emotion. It will create this turbulence to your heart, turbulence to your small intestine, the pair of this 5-element of heart and small intestine. I describe this according to the phenomenon in the nature. When you try to create a wave on a smooth, calm water surface, you will see that ripple effect on the surface of the river. That is how a emotion, a trigger, an event, or an incident will have an emotional impact to our body, our life. And in this case, again, we want to make sure we're not too excited, not too sad, to take care of this pair of heart and small intestine. Lastly, it comes to the food for dieting and for to rejuvenate your heart and small intestine. We mentioned that in the summertime for the heart, we want to make sure that we don't overexhaust it, so we don't want to drain out too much of sweat, and tear, which is the fluid of our heart. In this case, we want to preserve the water and to make sure that you have you're energized with enough water to move the blood, to move the qi. And some of the food that we commonly see, like strawberry, tomatoes, or other like carrots, anything that keratin rich or vitamin A rich of fruits, they are very good tonifying fruit for your heart, like dragon fruit, and also some meats, including lamb, beef, and also some of the pork. They do have different property when it comes to food property, whether it's warm or cold, but we are talking about which of the food are specifically going to the heart meridian. When it comes to small intestine, it's still related to the heart. Anything that's tonifying for the heart will also help rejuvenate your small intestine. Again, the small intestine is in charge of accepting abundance. In other words, when you do have a nutritious lunch, it will help tonifying your small intestine, giving your small intestine enough and more than enough energy and water to reabsorb back to your health. Above all is the topic of the pair of heart and small intestine for today's topic. Hopefully this episode will help you and your family or friends to stay healthy. Let's continue to stay healthy and happy with Happiness Wellness Talk. See you next time. Bye.